Now that we have our clarinet together and we know the names of all the parts, I'm going to go through with you how to hold your clarinet and how to play your first few notes. So go ahead and grab your clarinet. First thing you want to do is grab your left hand. Now your left hand is going to go on body 1, or the top part of your clarinet, while your right hand is going to go on body 2. Now, you'll notice that there are ring keys. Now, these are literally metal rings over holes, and this is where we want to be placing our fingers. So on the clarinet, with our left hand, first ring key, that's where your pointer is going to go. Second ring key will be your middle finger. You'll notice that we've skipped a little key in between. And then the third finger, we just have a hole. So that there is where our fingers of our left hand are going to go. Now our thumb. On the back, you'll notice, ta-da, another ring key. So that is where our thumb is going to sit. So ring key, hole, and then ring key on the back. Now, for our right hand, our thumb is going to sit under this thumb rest. Now this thumb rest is probably just a piece of metal. You might have a cork. You can actually get little silicone thumb rests to go over the top of this to help you to make it a little bit softer for your thumb. Your thumb is going to go sideways underneath this thumb rest. Now, turning your clarinet over, you will notice that again, 1, 2, 3 ring keys. Believe it or not, that's where our fingers are going to go. So we have our pointer going on the first ring key, our middle finger going on the second ring key, and our third finger, you guessed it, third ring key. Now, our pinkies will eventually use these 4 keys, so we do want it hovering around that way. And our pinky of our other hand are going to be hovering or using these 4 keys. We're not going to need them anytime soon, so don't stress about them just yet. But just be mindful that your pinkies need to be around here. You don't want them tucking behind the instrument for any reason. Make sure they're hovering and ready to be used when we get there. The first note I'm going to teach you is an E. Now to play an E, you're going to want your thumb and your first finger covering those 2 holes. The next thing we need to think about is our mouth on the mouthpiece. Now we have to create the correct mouth formation, which is called the embouchure. Now the embouchure is going to create a seal around the reed and the mouthpiece, and we're going to blow, and then the reed will vibrate, and it is this vibration that creates the sound. So what you want to be doing is you want to put your bottom lip over your bottom teeth. Your top teeth will sit on top of the mouthpiece. And then we want to grab the sides of our mouth and pull them in. So on the mouthpiece, we have our bottom lip over our bottom teeth. Then your top teeth will go on the mouthpiece. And then pull in the sides. Once you've got that shape, try and blow through your clarinet. You can use no fingers if you wish, or you can try that E we were talking about just before with your thumb and your first finger. And that there is your E. You've got your embouchure down pat, so let's try that note again. Remember the E, thumb, first finger. Embouchure, lower lip, lower teeth, top teeth, mouthpiece, squeeze in the sides, and then blow. Now I want you to play that note and see if you can hold it for 4 beats or 4 pulses. So 1, 2, 3. Now do this until you can hold that note for 4 beats quite confidently. The next note we're going to learn is a D. So D is 2 fingers, and all we have to do is add our second finger. So we've got first finger, second finger, and thumb on the back. So let's try a D. 1, 2, 3. Next note will be a C. So we have our E, first finger, D, second finger, C is 3 fingers, with your thumb of course. So let's try a C. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you'll notice as I add a finger, the sound gets lower. And that's because the air is no longer coming out of here, the air is coming out of the second hole or the third hole. And as I work down, the sound will get lower. But now what I want to do is to go up. So the next note above an E is an F, and all we need is our thumb. So go from your E, first finger, and I want you to take that first finger off. This means I'm only touching the thumb. I'm only closing that hole, and you'll get a sound like this. 1, 2, 3. The next note is a G. Now this is no fingers, best note in the world, right? So no fingers, just make sure your thumb is solidly on the back here so that you've got something to hold the clarinet up. And then you're literally just going to hover your left hand around the body 1 and then blow. You'll notice that, again, that was higher than the F. And the final note I want to teach you is an A. Now an A uses this lever just above our first ring key. So you'll notice first ring key and then a little lever. The easiest way to access or touch this key is to think about looking at your watch. So you just want to do a little bit of a twist with your wrist to roll up off the first ring key onto the A key. So first ring key, roll up to the A. So let's play an A. 1, 2, 3. Now you can actually play quite a few songs with just these notes. Hot Cross Buns, for example, is 3 notes. So we could use our E, D, C, which is our 1, 2, 3, and we could play Hot Cross Buns. 1, 2, 3. So give that a go. Just 3 notes. Hot Cross Buns. Now something else I'd like to quickly touch on is tonguing. Blowing through the instrument is one thing, that just uses air. But to make sure that we're smoothly changing from note to note, we need to stop the air and then restart the air for the next note. So beginners will often sit there and they'll just blow and then they'll stop the air with their lungs. But that's not actually how we do it. We use our tongue. Now your tongue needs to go up onto the tip of the reed. So your tongue will come up, it will hit the tip, and by putting your tongue here, you're actually closing the space between the reed and the mouthpiece and you're stopping the air from going through the instrument. So you place your tongue very gently on the tip of the reed and then you drop it, and when you drop it, you create sound. So the best way to practice this is just to choose one note and then literally blow it and then move your tongue up and down until you can kind of get it into some kind of semblance of order. So let's give it a go. The idea is that we're going to tongue on every beat. 1, 2, 3. Now you'll notice my mouth did not come off the reed or the mouthpiece once. The only thing that was stopping the air was my tongue on the tip of the reed.